So that's Little Stripes. That's Big Stripes. Yeah, Big Stripes' sister. And they are out of the same litter. And I've kind of... Yeah, I know, sweetheart. Well, yeah, I know. I'll let everybody know. So, sadly, the Big Stripes story is... Yeah, I know. It's tragic, but I'll go ahead and tell it today. I've been dragging my feet on this one because, well, it bothers me, and I'll see if I can get through it without tearing up today. I'm feeling pretty good about it, so I think I'm off to a good start, and I got Mrs. Little Stripes out here helping me. Yeah, but we have some good news. I'll go through at the end of the video. I have two pieces of good news. I already kind of let the members know in a members only video. Yeah, we lost Big Stripes, so Sunday morning, 2 or 3 days after we got her home, she just wasn't eating. She just wasn't doing well. And she was listless, kind of weak on her back legs. We couldn't get her to eat anything. Had her in the house. She was sitting on my wife's lap. It was the last very sweet, heartwarming moment with Big Stripes, is that I started editing videos and she heard my voice. And I could see her perk up and look over the top of the printer to see me, and with all her strength, she mustered up to... Sorry, I might not make it through this, but she mustered up the strength to jump down on the ground and come over next to me, and she couldn't quite jump up, but we picked her up and she sat on my lap. But it just made her so happy. She sat there and purred, as sick as she was, and it was such a nice moment, and I'm just grateful that we got to spend some time together. Her and I we've been pals out here in the shop. You know, and Dad's out here a lot, but I do a good majority of my work by myself, and I got critters around here, and I got good neighbors really close by, so that always helps too. On that note, I'll show you something that our really awesome neighbors helped us out that's on a really high note at the end of the video. So anyway, Big Stripes wasn't doing good. That Sunday morning, she was vomiting and more ill and even couldn't stand up. So my wife took her to an emergency vet clinic. They did some blood tests and some other tests. And unfortunately, while she was out and about, she had drank something poisonous. And there was nothing that we could do for her. So we had to have her put to sleep. So sorry, folks. It hurts me too, but Big Stripes is gone. Oh, Jolene brought her home, and I made her a nice little place here. It's right next to the D4 parts store and the shop right behind me, where we used to spend a lot of time together. And this is kind of a neat little place. It's protected by some trees. And sorry about the wind. There's a storm coming through. It's getting kind of chilly. I think Little Stripes is saying that she wants to go in, so, you know, who am I to argue, right? We're gonna go in, because that's where I'm gonna show you the next exciting part. That's part number 1K777. This is Sprocket. Hi, Sprocket. And over there, that's Throttle, and he's full throttle, that little fella. So we got this little fella from our neighbors across the road. They heard about Big Stripes, and I needed some channel co-stars, so we actually got him and his shy sister over there, Crystal, and we got Throttle here. I think Sprocket here is going to be my big co-star out in the shop. See what I mean about Throttle? He's trying to tear my shoe apart. What? Yeah? What else you want to tell him? New channel logo. So that's part of the good news. All the new kitties, all the new co-stars, and check out your local shelter. Ask for a 1K777. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. Wow. Well, that leads me to the next part of a promise that I made. I said if and when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'd let everybody know what kind of music I listen to. And I need to make good on that promise, so techno. I love techno. I love melodic techno. I like progressive house techno. I have a lot of favorite artists. I've been listening to techno. I think it was my uncle got me hooked on Shadowfax and Kraftwerk when I was a little kid in the 80s. And it's just grown ever since. I'm not a huge fan of music with lyrics in it. I find that techno is super upbeat. Out here working in the shop, it keeps me motivated. But the weird thing about techno is I can turn the music, the sound volume down, and I could almost fall asleep to it. It's relaxing on the flip side. The big question is, like, what techno DJs or musicians do I listen to? Well, I like Nora En Pure. I've seen her live. Fantastic show. And yes, I look totally out of place there. Even drug my poor wife to it. I like Prof, RODG. There's a list a mile long. Guy J. My son and I used to drive around and listen to techno. He likes Sebastian Wykam. I think he's a Polish artist. But it's just something that I've always had a passion for my whole life. There's nothing I like better than putting techno on out here in the shop and really getting to work on stuff. My dad hates techno. He's a classical guy, piano guy. Great. My dad can play the piano, so he can knock that one out of the park. So that's the good news, the bad news, and fulfilling a promise that I made. I do want to thank you for watching. I know this was short, but I needed to get the news out there. I'll see you on the next one.